What is going on, guys? This is Miasin, and after only 7,000 years, we're finally getting some new volcanic support, which I couldn't really care less about, but, Pain, my boy, actually really asked for this for the longest time, several years, actually, so this is for you, my man. Hopefully these cards are broken, unhealthy, and degenerate, and hopefully they will ruin the game. Anyways, before this video starts, make sure you like, subscribe, blah, 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 and now let's get right into it. So the first card is Volcanic Emperor, level 8 Fire Pyro, special summon monster, so big stat, by the way. This guy is big. Cannot be normal summoned or set, no shit. Must be special summoned from your hand or graveyard. Not bad, not bad. It's kind of like an Infernoed monster, so even under Dweller, you can still summon it by banishing 3 Pyro monsters or any Blaze Accelerator card from your face-up field and or graveyard. Interesting. You can literally have no cards in your hand and field and still summon this card. You can only summon it that way once per turn, and it's the only way to summon it, because it's not like must first be special summoned or something. It's only must be summoned. Anyways, when summoned this way, you can inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each of your Pyro monsters currently banished. Very interesting. Then you can set a Volcanic Trap directly from your deck, except Volcanic Eruption. It's actually funny because when I saw the effect of this card, I think yesterday or something, on like Facebook, it was just like inflict 500 damage for each of your banished monsters. I was like, wait, hold on, this might be a little too good. But yeah, for each of your Pyro monsters, alright, yeah, fair enough. This makes the card not abusable generically at all, and obviously you have to banish like a Blaze Accelerator card, which is, not too bad. Some Volcanic cards are Pyro monsters that are good. Well, I mean, I'm actually really retarded. All the Volcanic monsters are Pyros, but what I meant to say is some of the Pyro monsters that you'll be playing would be Volcanic monsters, which are good in the competitive scene anyways, and by some, I mean Volcanic Scattershot, because everything else is dog shit. But yeah, each time your opponent special summons a monsters inflict 500 damage. Damn, okay, it's basically Red Ice Flare Metal Dragon, but for special summons instead of like every time you activate a card or effect. It's very interesting, but not really broken, so this effect is kind of shit. You're like, oh wow, I can set any Volcanic Trap directly from your deck. No way, that's so cool. Until you remember that the best card is Blaze Accelerator Reload, and it doesn't have the word freaking Volcanic in its name, except if it's like always treated as a Volcanic card. That might actually be the case. Never. Let me double check real quick. Blaze Accelerator Reload. Is it always a Volcanic? Absolutely not. Holy shit. Okay, yeah, so this is actually really dog shit. Yeah. Legal targets for this card are Volcanic Inferno and Volcanic Recharge. Let me double check because I'm pretty sure these cards are also really bad. Alright, so Volcanic Recharge is like a Daigusto Emerald, but without the draw one, and it's a trap card, so hell nah. And Volcanic Eruption is not treated as a Volcanic card. That's actually extremely hilarious. Oh, Volcanic Inferno, there we go. So yeah, that's actually another card, and we're going to be checking it later on because it's a new card. Anyways, a Volcanic Trooper, level 3 Fire Pyro effect monster, 1000. You can turn it into Almirage. Oh my god. You can only use both effects once per turn. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add a Volcanic card from your deck to your hand, except Trooper or Eruption. That is actually really unnecessary because, again, Volcanic Eruption is never treated as a Volcanic card, so this is not needed in the effect. This is just like redundant information. Anyways, you can discard a card, special summon a bomb token, boom boom, Allahu Akbar. Pyro Fire, level 1, 1000 to your opponent's field. When this token is destroyed, its controller takes 500 damage. Okay, very interesting. What the hell? Nani, like bruv. It searches like bad cards because the Volcanic cards are actually shit. Well, I mean, the Volcanic cards are monsters. They're not really the spells and traps. Well, I mean, not really. Because the Blaze Accelerator cards are the spells and the traps, and then the monsters are the Volcanics. It's kind of like the same thing with Despia and Branded. There's no like Despia spell and trap, kind of. I don't think there is. Maybe there's like one, but it's probably like irrelevant. So yeah, Despia Theater of the Branded. Okay, wow, incredible. But yeah, so this is like the same issue. I don't know, like you can only really search monsters or garbage cards. So yeah, I don't think this card is any better than the other card that we had before, the Volcanic Rocket or something, which searches like a Blaze Accelerator card, way better than this garbage. And this effect gives a monster to your opponent, which is only good against Kashtira, and obscure things. So hell nah. Alright, Volcanic Rimfire, basically a rechain version of Scattershot. Is it better? Is it worse? always gotta be optimistic, right? If this card is sent to the grave, you can activate one of these effects, and this is also once per turn. Banish this card from her grave, and if you do send a volcanic monster from her deck to the grave, except Rimfire. Okay, so in other words, this would send the Scatter Shot, and then you would be sending 2 others, and then Regecking your opponent, burn for 15, which is actually really good. And again, this is when it's sent to the graveyard, not necessarily by a card effect, so that's even better. Banish one Blaze Accelerator card from her face-up field or graveyard, and if you do, place one Blaze Accelerator continuous spell or trap from your hand or deck face-up in your spell and trap zone. So that's actually really interesting. I said that it was a retrained version of Scattershot. I think I might actually be wrong here. I think it's more of a revamp of Shell. So the card that, you know, in the grave, you can use its effect to like search a card from your deck to your hand, and it just stays there. So you don't have to banish the Rimfire from the grave to activate this effect. So that's actually really neat. You still have to banish a Blaze Accelerator card from your graveyard at the very least, or field, and then place another one from your deck in your spell and trap zone. Like, why the hell would you place a Blaze Accelerator card from your hand in the spell and trap zone unless you're trying to place like a trap card and you have like, you drew all the copies? You're pretty much always placing cards from your deck, but yeah, alright, so it's a pretty cool card. I like it, but it's a little slow to use this effect. This effect is like a little faster. If you can trigger it on your opponent's turn, it's broken. But yeah, it's nothing new for the deck. That's my issue. It's just like everything here is something that the deck could already do before. So I'm a little disappointed. Anyways, Volcanic Blaze Accelerator. Activate this card by sending a Blaze Accelerator from your hand, deck, or face-up field to the grave. It has to be the actual Blaze Accelerator, not like any of the new versions. I think there's like 5 Blaze Accelerator cards now. It's actually crazy. So yeah, the regular one, and then Tri-Blaze, Volcanic Blaze Accelerator, and Blaze Accelerator Reload. The regular Blaze Accelerator is complete dog shit, so you have to play like the shitty one in order to make this card playable. That's really sad. You can only control one of this card on the field. Once per turn, you can special summon a Volcanic monster from your hand. That's kind of shit. Once per turn, you can target one face-up monster upon controls, send one level 1 Pyro monster from your deck to the grave, and if you do, destroy that target. This would have been broken if it was a quick effect, honestly. It really would have been broken, but you can only really Regeki on your own turn with the spells, and then with the trap, you can do it on the opponent's turn. I don't know, like, it's just a little disappointing, and it also does nothing in the graveyard. It would have been cool if it kind of, you know, fit the theme a little more by doing stuff in the grave, but whatever. Fire Ejection, normal spell. You can only activate one card with this card's name once per turn. Send one Pyro monster from your deck to the grave. Then, if it is a Volcanic monster, you can apply one of these effects. So, inflict damage to your opponent equal to its level multiplied by 100. And then, whoa, time has been called. No way. A special summon one bomb token to your opponent's field. Oh, I love reading that. When the token is destroyed, its controller takes 500 damage. Well, very original effect. So yeah, I mean, again, nothing really new. This card, all it really is a Foolish Burial and a burn, or, you know, summon a token to your opponent's field. But it doesn't really do anything super spicy or creative that the deck really asked for. It's just more like consistency cards for the deck, but that aren't that great. Like, what I don't like is that the Volcanic Rocket is a better card than Volcanic Trooper, and this card can't special summon itself. Would have been nice if the deck actually got like more extenders and cards that you could actually like summon, but no, you can't have nice things. And the last card, no, Volcanic Inferno, finally a Volcanic Trap card that isn't a Daigusto Emerald that doesn't draw a card. Alright, continuous trap. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. When your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, you can banish a Pyro monster from your grave and inflict 500 damage to your opponent. Then, if you banish the Volcanic monster, you can negate that activated effect. So that's actually not too bad. You can burn and negate, which is cool. Yeah, I mean, I like it, but it's not like broken. You don't like negate and destroy, you only really negate, so that's it, that's all. And it's also once per turn, and it's a trap card. Would have been nice if it was a continuous spell so you can protect yourself from hand traps, but no. During your opponent's end phase, you can target up to 2 of your Volcanic monsters that are banished and or in your grave. Place them on the bottom of the deck in any order. Why does it have to be like a weaker version of Daigusto Emerald? Like, why could you not also draw a card when you do that? Like, why is it so hard to give these cards like better effects? Like, this is not good enough. Like, Jesus. I want to say, like, some of the older cards are honestly better. Like, this card is still the best Volcanic card. This is still the best Searcher and Starter. This is insane. This is seeing play in freaking Purely. So many of the old cards are good. These new cards, honestly, I look at them and I'm just, like, a little really disappointed, honestly. And friendly reminder that Volcanic Emperor can only set Volcanic traps very specifically. So in other words, all you can really do is get this card, which is pretty ass. And like this is really clunky to draw in multiples, so you're not gonna be down to play like a lot of them, but it's somewhat easy to search, I guess. So I don't know, like what I find sad about the volcanic theme is that it's around the theme of destroying monsters and burning, but unless you're playing it as like an actual FTK deck, which is unrealistic as hell, burning is more of a gimmick than an actual realistic thing that you're trying to go for. So I don't know, I just find like the whole theme of the deck just makes no sense. It's just that it has some good cards, and the good cards are what makes the deck, you know, a deck. But yeah, these new cards definitely are not enough to make it a cohesive strategy. If the deck actually had like a Link 1 monster, it clearly would have helped way more than that. And just look at Infernoble. They're getting way more love than these kind of archetypes. It's really sad, but I don't know. That's just how I feel. Maybe some of these cards are better than I give them credit for. But, you know, a lot of once per turn restrictions on cards that aren't that great, to me, can't really sound too fantastic. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to showcase for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts about these new cards in the comment section below. I really want to hear them. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace.